So photography zines. For those of you who have been following for about a year now, you'll know that last year I published a small photo zine, tried to keep it super simple, of the work that I did in 2019. And this year I'm publishing one of my 2020 work, and I'm doing it in a larger size because the quality looks better, and also some of the images I want to print bigger because I think they look better when they're printed bigger. You can see more details and especially since my photography has got more complex this year. But also I started designing this as if it was going to be the smaller version and as if it was going to be images in pairs. So there's also a lot of images in pairs in this book. So I've done my best to fill it up as much as possible like that. I've also tried much harder to sequence it with a bit more spacing in between images rather than just being two pictures or big pictures on every single page. I wanted it to feel like a better experience looking through it. However, this year I'm also going to release a second edition of my 2019 zine, and I'm going to do it in the bigger version. It's mostly the same pictures as the smaller one. They're just in a bigger format, and I resequenced a couple things and changed a couple things. What makes this year's zine special to me is on December 20th of 2020, our dog Muenster died. This is Muenster. And I want to donate all of the proceeds, profits that get made from this zine to the rescue that helped us to, well, we first of all fostered him through the rescue, and then we adopted him after that. And the rescue is called City of Elderly Love. It's based in Philadelphia. It's a really small rescue that just loves animals and rescues older animals who are often the first ones to be euthanized in the shelters and the last ones that get adopted as well. Not only was Muenster a great dog, but I also credit him with making me a better photographer in 2020 and even in 2019, because as he reminded me to go walks regularly every day, I also started to carry my camera with me every day. And so there are pictures in this book, there's 10 or 11 of them, that have a grey background on the page, and with each of the pictures with the grey background are pictures that I really loved that I took whilst walking Muenster. And I took pictures every day, and there's probably hundreds of pictures that I could put into this book that are thanks to walking Muenster. This one here is a particular favourite. In the printed version that I'm actually selling, these two pictures are on individual pages and will be blown up to a much bigger size so you can see more detail, and they look better bigger. But yes, that's why those pages are grey, and rather than taking profits and trying to pour it back into the YouTube channel or buy camera gear or something like that, I want to put it towards Muenster's legacy and to make something, do something good with any profits that are made from it. So if you are interested in this book or in the bigger version of last year's book, zine, I keep calling it a book, it's not a book, it's a zine. I'll put a link in the description and you can go on there and order it. I've tried to make them as affordable as possible while also putting about 10 or so bucks, depends what PayPal takes off of it, I guess. Probably about $9.50 from each book will go to City of Elderly Love, which is all of the profits. I don't plan on keeping a single penny from this. If you're interested in camera gear used, at the start of the year I was shooting with a Fujifilm X-T2, so the first few pages are shot with the X-T2, and then I got the X100V, and the vast majority of the images in here were shot with that camera. And towards the end of the year I got a hold of one of these Ricoh GRs, and there's 3 or 4 images in here that were shot with the GR. And I almost forgot, I'm going to limit the copies of the 2020 book to 100 copies. For the re-release, I'd always planned on not re-releasing the 2019, but I'm going to limit it to 50 copies. If some people missed out last year and wanted to get the 2019 book as well, then I'm all for a little bit extra money going towards the rescue. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'll stick a link in the description, as I said, to the book, and yeah, if you want to pick one up, if you have the means, I would much appreciate it. And I'm sure some underloved dog or abandoned dog in Philadelphia will also appreciate it. So, cheers.